8th, 2025, officers responded to a domestic disturbance and found a woman sitting outside, drunk, unable to start her car because it had an Intoxilock installed, and insisting that nothing had happened. That version of the night falls apart almost immediately. Once officers hear the boyfriend's account and review the video he recorded, this stops looking like a messy breakup argument and starts looking like a domestic battery arrest that was already heading in one direction. And if you appreciate body cam cases where one piece of evidence changes the whole temperature of the scene, a quick like on the video genuinely helps push more of these breakdowns out to people who enjoy them.
What's going on?
Hello. Just waiting to start my car. I've been drinking. I have an Intoxilock, so I can't start it. So I'm just chilling, waiting to go home.
What's going on between you and the boyfriend or husband, or who is it?
Nothing.
That's not what I'm hearing.
Nothing.
That's your story, you're sticking to it type thing, or?
Sure is.
Okay. Get up, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Why?
Because you're going to be placed under arrest for possible domestic.
So it's his words against mine?
Not necessarily. I'm going to continue the investigation. We'll determine if you get charged or not, but that's what's happening right now. Put your hands behind your back.
Can you grab my bag, please? It has my work laptop in and I can't leave it sitting out here.
Of course.
Thank you.
We're going to take you to my unit first, and then I'll come back and grab it, okay? Or I'll grab it right now. Come on, because I don't want you to fall down the hill. Ma'am.
What?
Don't walk away from me, please.
No, I didn't hear what you said. What do you want from me? You happy? You're happy now?
Stop.
Yeah. Sure, I'm sure you are. You feel like a big man now, you loser?
Let's go to the test. You don't have any weapons or anything on you?
Nope. How do I even get into this?
What's going on?
Dude, she has a very bad alcohol problem.
Okay.
She has an Intoxilock in her car, and she's not even supposed to be drinking. She does it a lot, and when she gets drunk, she gets violent for no reason. She's drunk right now, so I drove her to her job for her to have a she had a meeting. Took her to her job. Left, and she had a doctor's appointment. Took her to her doctor's appointment. Left there, and she was just started like slapping me in the head and stuff. And I'm like, Amanda, stop hitting me. And she's like she was just kind of like goading me, and I'm just like, stop hitting me. And she kept it up, and she's like, let's go get some lunch. I'm just hungry. And we went to Taco Bell, and she ordered her food, and I said, like when it came up to pay, you know, she was like, you're gonna pay for my food, and I was like, no, I'm not. And then she said, well, I'm not paying. And I just told the lady, I said, I'm sorry for wasting your time. And we drove off. And then she just started pummeling me. And I have it on recording. I don't know if my teeth are still bleeding or not.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, she did that. She did this.
Okay. Let me see.
Stop hitting me.
Stop hitting me.
No, you just
Fuck off.
you punched me in the face.
Who gives a
I give a f. I don't want to be hit by the person that's supposed to be my girlfriend.
Take me home. I'm not your girlfriend.
Well, you were. I mean, but yeah, not anymore.
Duh.
Yeah, this isn't a break.
Idiot.
Where's the breakup? This is why I don't like you drinking, because you're
You.
violent when
Fuck
you're drunk.
You.
Stop hitting me, Amanda.
You.
Stop hitting me, Amanda.
You.
Hit me again, see what happens. Okay.
Home.
I'm taking you.
Take me home.
Hold on, Amanda.
Take me home.
I'm going to my house and you can drive home.
Oh. What are you gonna do with that? Tell me, what are you gonna do with that? You gonna call the cops on me?
No, I'm gonna
and
call.
show them this video?
What?
Loser.
Stop hitting me, Amanda.
Such a loser. I
Amanda.
can't believe I even dated you. You're such a piece of trash.
Yep.
You.
Yep.
Yeah, take me home and you're whatever. You're stupid.
Yep, you're right, I am.
Stop recording me! Stop recording me, you piece of shit! Stop! Stop!
I can send every bit of it to you for evidence.
For sure, yeah, I'm gonna need it for evidence, but yeah, that's all I need right there.
Okay.
So she doesn't reside here with you?
No.
This is her car, though?
This is her car. Her parents and I are on very good terms. They live down the road. Talk to her. If her parents want to come pick up the car, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm on very good terms with her parents.
Okay.
They're good people, and
Okay, fair enough. I'll try to coordinate that with her. I don't know how cooperative she'll be. She's obviously intoxicated, and
yeah.
so she's not the most cooperative person right now.
She's not even supposed to be drinking. Like she has a
Probation?
She has a probation at the courthouse down the road, off of Main or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.
I got you. Let's if you want to grab me your ID.
Yeah. For sure.
And then I'll coordinate some stuff with her. So you're going to be placed under arrest for battery on a household member, okay?
Okay, when do I get to go home?
Probably tomorrow.
What the f? Are you serious? What? I have to stay overnight in jail? Dude! Okay, then let's get on with it then! Let's go!
Okay, some things need to happen first. One, are the keys to your vehicle inside your purse?
No.
Where are they at?
Why?
Because it's his driveway, and
he's having my car towed?
No, he's saying that your parents can come pick it up. They don't live far from here.
You understand? I have to spend the night in jail? Do you understand that, Matt? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck you?
Hey.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Dude, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ, kid.
Whoa, what the fuck? This is crazy! This is
Yes, ma'am. Yes, talk to me. I understand your daughter is extremely rude and belligerent and drunk, but if you want to talk to her, you're more than welcome to. Here's her purse. Here's her key. You want to talk to her?
Can we keep her here with us?
No, she's going to jail for battery on the house.
Battery on...
Yeah, so they're considered to be in a domestic partnership. So because of their domestic partnership, one party can't determine if they want to pursue charges or not. The state requires us as law enforcement officers, whenever we have probable cause.
Amanda, stop, please.
I can roll down the window for you.
I wouldn't look here. I'll show you the
But
video.
yeah.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to. Well, don't look at me like I'm an aggressor. I didn't do anything. I even told the officer that I'm going to learn.
Couldn't give us a chance. Listen, your daughter may be a sweetheart, but right now your daughter's not in the back seat of my car. A highly intoxicated woman who's on video beating him is who's in the back of my unit right now, and she's going to be charged for that, and she's going to be taken to jail. Her purse, her keys are with you guys now. The only thing I'm taking of hers is her ID. Like I said, I'll roll down the window if you guys want to try to talk to her. I'm not going to open the door because she just jumped out a minute ago on me and broke my sunglasses. Luckily, I was able to put them back together. But yeah, your sweetheart is not in the back seat of my unit.
I understand.
You guys want me to roll down the window so you can talk to her? Okay. Talk to me. What can I do for you?
Officer, I know
Yes,
you have to do it.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, this is new things you might imagine. Okay. She has a problem. She's under therapeutic care. She's on her meds. She has bipolar. She's taking this heavy-duty medication with a bipolar, and she knows she's not supposed to drink with that medication. It reacts crazy. But she's been in this relationship with this guy. They broke up 2 days ago. She'll sober up and she'll be fine, but if you put her in custody, she's going to go nuts, she's going to hurt herself, she's going to be like this to everybody. It's not going to happen.
So listen to me and please know that I'm being honest with you. my sympathies are with you. If she's dealing with an issue and she's dealing with alcoholism, I honestly sympathize for that. That's unfortunate. It's sad, and obviously alcohol on top of whatever medication she's on is creating what is in my unit right now. I get that. I understand that she is not the person that's in my backseat. I get that.
I know.
And if I had a choice, I would love to let you take her and we could resolve this issue that way. I would love to. However, I would lose my job. The state requires me to take legal action on this. I do not have a choice.
And even if he says no?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. He never even told me he wanted to pursue charges. He called because he didn't know what to do because he couldn't control her and she was hitting on him. So he never told me that he wanted her arrested. I come here and make that determination.
I got you.
Because they're in a domestic partnership.
Okay. How can we avoid getting her confined, or can I come with you to the jail?
So unfortunately, she's going to have to see a judge. A judge will have to see her, schedule her a court date, and then release her. Today is Friday. Judges will show up on Saturday and make a determination if she can be released or not. She's going to be released and assigned a new court date, and that'll probably happen tomorrow. Yeah. It definitely ain't happening this afternoon. Yeah, because it's already, 1 or 2 o'clock? The judges are they're done doing that now.
There's no emergency judge.
Just be aware too. When she gets released from jail, she's going to be released with conditions of release. That means she's not really allowed to come back here to have contact with them. And if she ends up coming back and doing this, it might go even worse.
I understand. Is there any way? I used to be Attorney General in the state of California. I work with policemen all the time. I understand. But I also know you don't want to make it any worse than you have to. But, I know you're caught in between. Is there any way, I know, I started to say is I know from experience that officers sometimes would, have some cool down period, like drive a person around while they sobered out, or try to do something to kind of get the,
before I take her to jail?
Or before, or...
Because she's going to jail no matter what.
Yeah.
And a cool down time for her will be as long as it takes me to do the paperwork right here in front of this house, because I'll do it in my unit. I don't take her to the station or anything like that. I do everything in my unit. I print out the paperwork that is required by the detention center, and then I drive her to the detention center. Paperwork typically can take me anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. I'm in no rush to do it, but I'm also getting it done. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Okay, and once we get to the detention center, is what
she'll be booked. That process takes about maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on her behavior. Could be an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because her behavior depends on how quick that booking process goes. Because if she does to me what to the detention officers, they're just going to put her in a holding cell and pause her booking process.
That's what I'm trying to...
Right. But those guys are just as patient as I am. I'm patient. I haven't lost my cool with your daughter at all. I know you're not. But I'm just saying.
Trying to find a way we can work with this situation to make it as, and to try to keep it under control as best as possible.
I can tell you she's in good hands with me, and she's going to be perfectly fine. Unfortunately, the process is the process, and I really can't dictate how that goes because, like I said, I'm required by the state to do what I'm doing. So you guys have her purse. She was worried about her work laptop.
Yeah.
Like I said, I took her ID out of her wallet, but that will go in there. I can take her phone if you want. It's in her purse.
Will she be able to have it?
Not until she gets out.
Not until she gets back out.
Right. And then does she know your guys' numbers by heart, you think?
She knows mine.
She knows yours? So then she can call you from the jail when she gets out.
And what can we do as far as contacting the detention center to get information?
You can call down to the detention center. I don't have an exact number for you. Just Google it and let them know who your daughter is and that she's incarcerated and see if they can get her on the phone for you. She'll also be able to make phone calls. They're inside the cell that she'll be in. There's a phone. She's probably gonna have to call you collect because I don't think you can just call out for free. So you'll probably get a collect call.
Is it better to let her have her phone or not? What do you suggest?
It doesn't really matter because, like I said, she's not going to be able to utilize it at all whatsoever. And then whenever she gets out, they're going to give her a phone that she doesn't have to call collect on for free and be like, hey, do you want to call somebody to pick you up?
It all go away.
Wish I could, sorry. Yeah, it's a misdemeanor charge. Which, I mean, obviously this charge isn't good on him on any grounds, but I can tell you that once she gets out, herself and him will need to cooperate with the DA's office in order to follow this thing all the way to prosecution.
So if he says he doesn't want to testify,
It's out of my hands. Okay.
And you said you have the keys to it, right?
I told him in person. Just check in, I'll check it out. I think that's what it
Oh,
I handed them to one of you. I just don't remember. Yeah, I have his DL and everything in here. I just haven't written it down yet.
Anything else for you?
I have to send him a link and stuff, but yeah.
Okay, one last question.
Yeah, go for it.
Is there anything that to be gained by her, my wife and I, going over to the detention center, waiting for her? And
No. Honestly, just be on standby sometime in the morning. I would imagine between 8 and 2 o'clock. It could range, so it just depends. But I can tell you that usually a judge will show up on Saturday, sometimes not Sunday, but Saturday they'll show up because we don't want anybody in jail that doesn't need to be in jail. It's crowding up room and resources and money. So the way that the system works here is if they can set somebody up with a court date, for example, like her, then the judges will go in the morning, set whoever can be released with a court date, and then process them and get them out. Okay?
all right.
Usually they're out by 5 in the afternoon. They'll see a judge at 8, and they'll release everybody like around 5-ish, 4-ish. And I see everybody walking out.
so do you want to try to talk to her again, explain what's happening?
No.
Me too?
No. If you want to try, but
Let me try to just tell her what's happening.
That's fine. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit in my unit and start some paperwork, and then I'll roll down the back window and let you talk to her. Okay. I sent you a link by chance. Did you get it?
Yeah, I did. I just got it. I'm looking at it to tap to upload.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfectly. Take your time. Yeah, just get them sent over to me as soon as possible.
All right.
I was gonna ask you another question. What's up?
Oh, you first.
I can't remember what I was gonna ask you now.
Probably a lot anyway.
Go ahead.
I asked him that he briefly explained, but I don't think I fully grasped. Like I want a restraining order against her. How do I go about
So
doing that?
a restraining order you got to file for in the courts.
Right. So do I have to wait for after her court arraignment, or can I go to the courthouse today and get it?
You can go and petition for it, file for it.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the judge has the
say?
ability in
Yeah.
denying or approving
Yes, sir.
the protection order. But yeah, that's how you go about doing it. Go down to the courthouse, file for protection order. We'll get you a case number before we leave right now.
Yeah.
You have the case number actually on your phone.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is this 25-086604?
Yep.
Oh, all right, cool. And then and you had a question, man. I hate to.
No. It slipped my mind. I'm not even sure. But this officer's going to work on getting them trespassed from the property.
Okay.
And then you got it coordinated to get the car out of here?
Yeah, well, they're going to do it. Well, they don't know how to operate the Intoxilock, so I told him if they want a class, I'll
Get it started.
show them how to do it. But the problem is, like, with those things, so you blow in at the start, and then when you drive, like 5 minutes down the road, you got to do it again, and then like another 10 minutes down the road.
Right.
She's like 25 minutes away, so it's going to go off several times. So, is that the...
I don't think it shuts the car down, though.
No, it doesn't.
It just flags her.
It flags her, and then the horn blows. It's like a constant horn blow alert. So, yeah, and I don't want to put that on them.
Yeah, whatever, however you guys want to do it.
Like,
if they got to drive down the road while it's honking, then they drive down.
And
then she can explain to the PO why she has those flags on the deal.
Okay.
We're gonna stick around here for a couple minutes though. So if I think of my question, I'll come back.
Okay, for sure.
You don't have anything in your pockets or anything like that? I'm not going to search you whenever we get to the jail. I'm going to reach over and grab this. Whenever we get to the jail, they'll have a female officer search you. I just don't want you to take any contraband or anything like that inside because then I'll have to charge you with it. So I'd rather you just be honest with me if you had anything like that on you. out here? No? Okay. I see you have a necklace. Do you want me to take the necklace off and give it to your mom?
Sure.
I can. I'm asking you.
I don't know what you're talking. Like, sure. If I can't have a necklace on, then yeah.
Will you lean forward for me a little bit so I can grab it? You want to move your hair so I can find the...
A lot of domestic calls live in the gray area for a while. This one doesn't stay there very long. Amanda starts with the usual, nothing happened, but the scene already has two things that make that hard to maintain: an injured boyfriend willing to talk, and a recording that captures the argument turning physical. Once those two things are on the table, the officer is no longer sorting through a vague relationship mess. He is deciding whether he has probable cause for a domestic battery arrest. That's what makes her first response so revealing. She is not trying to carefully explain what happened, she is trying to shrink the whole night down into something harmless enough to survive initial contact. She's been drinking, she can't start the car, she's just sitting there, nothing happened. People do that all the time when they think the window for consequences is still open, and maybe, if they keep things vague enough, the whole scene can stay in the category of relationship drama instead of crossing over into criminal conduct. But that only works when there isn't evidence already waiting in the background. Here there is, and the video changes everything. Not because video is magically perfect, but because it destroys the most common escape route in domestic situations: ambiguity. Without that recording, this could have turned into the usual muddy back and forth. She says it was nothing. He says she hit him, maybe he backs off later, maybe she calms down and starts crying, maybe both of them minimize it by morning. That happens all the time. But once he has her on video insulting him, mocking him, and continuing the aggression while he tells her to stop hitting him, the officer is not just hearing a claim anymore. He is looking at a documented pattern inside the same incident, psychologically that recording is ugly in a very specific way. Amanda doesn't sound confused. She doesn't sound like somebody trying to piece together a chaotic moment. She sounds contemptuous. She sounds like someone who has fully committed to the idea that her anger gives her permission to control the emotional reality of the interaction. That matters. A lot of abusive behavior does not come wrapped in cinematic rage. Sometimes it comes wrapped in ridicule, in sarcasm, in that tone people use when they think humiliation is part of the punishment. That is what stands out here. She is not just upset. She is treating him like he is ridiculous for objecting at all, and that's usually a sign that this is not the first time the behavior has crossed that line. The intoxilock is one clue. The boyfriend's description is another. The parents later describing alcoholism, medication, prior instability, and the fact that this is not exactly new is another. None of that automatically proves every past incident, obviously. But it does paint a bigger picture. This does not feel like one random emotional outburst that landed in the wrong place at the wrong time. It feels more like a pattern that has probably been tolerated, explained away, managed, and privately cleaned up more than once, until finally it ran into a recording and a mandatory arrest framework. The intoxilock detail does a lot of work without anyone needing to say much about it. It tells you that alcohol is already not a neutral background fact in her life. It tells you this is serious enough that the state has already put a mechanism between her and a vehicle. So the scene opens with a machine basically confirming the first lie before the officers even get to the rest of it. She has been drinking. She is not supposed to be. She cannot leave, and she is still trying to frame the night as if everyone else is overreacting. That is a credibility problem from the first minute. There is also something very familiar in the way she reacts to being recorded. She is not outraged by the violence itself. She is outraged that he documented it. That is a big difference. In abusive dynamics, exposure often feels like the bigger betrayal than the conduct. The person who records, calls police, saves messages, or preserves evidence gets treated like the real offender because they have broken the private bubble where the behavior could still be denied, minimized, or rewritten later. You can hear that here. The recording is not just evidence. To her, it is humiliation. It is proof that he refused to keep the situation inside the relationship where she still had more room to bend the story. Legally, the most important part of the scene comes a little later when the parents try to negotiate the outcome, and the officer explains that this is not really their call, and not even entirely the boyfriend's call. That's the part many viewers misunderstand. In domestic battery situations, once officers have probable cause, the state often requires action whether the victim is enthusiastically demanding charges or not. That isn't some technicality. It exists because domestic violence is one of the most recanted, minimized, and emotionally distorted categories of crime there is. If police treated every domestic battery like a casual customer service complaint where one partner could just wave it off, a huge number of real cases would disappear back into the same cycle that produced them. And the officer actually explains that pretty well. He does not act like he is personally eager to throw her in jail. He more or less tells them that if this were up to his personal preference, he would rather let the family take her and resolve it that way. But he also makes clear that he doesn't have that discretion here. That moment matters because it shows the difference between personal sympathy and legal obligation. He can understand addiction, mental health issues, medication, family exhaustion, and still arrest her. Those things are not mutually exclusive, and that is one of the hardest truths in these calls. Explanation is not the same thing as exemption. The parents' role in this is painful in a very believable way. They are not really disputing that she has a problem. In fact, they confirm most of it. They talk about bipolar disorder, heavy medication, drinking when she should not be drinking, therapeutic care, and how badly she can spiral. That is not the language of total denial. That is the language of people who have been dealing with this for a while and are now trying to soften the landing. They want the officer to see the daughter they know outside this moment. They want him to treat the situation like a crisis to be managed rather than a crime to be processed. That instinct is deeply human. It is also exactly the instinct the law is designed to partially resist in domestic cases. Sociologically, that is where these calls get especially ugly. Everybody on scene is speaking from a different institution at once. The parents are speaking from family. The boyfriend is speaking from the worn-out logic of someone who is tired of getting hit and then expected to absorb it. Amanda is speaking from intoxication, shame, rage, and denial. The officer is speaking from state procedure, and none of those languages fit together neatly. Family says, "Please, there has to be another way." The victim says, in effect, "I need this to stop." The suspect says, "Nothing happened." The law says, the video says otherwise. Nobody leaves that kind of scene feeling emotionally satisfied. Her reaction once she hears she is staying overnight is also worth paying attention to, because that is the exact moment the abstract idea of consequences becomes concrete. Before that, she is still half inside the fight. Still insulting, still deflecting, still talking like this is one more ugly relationship argument. The moment she hears, "probably tomorrow," everything narrows. Now it is jail, overnight custody, the car, the purse, the laptop, the parents, the logistics. That emotional drop is something you see all the time in body cam footage. People can stay loud and reckless as long as the consequences feel theoretical. The second the future becomes specific, the whole tone changes. The boyfriend, by contrast, comes off less like someone chasing revenge and more like someone who finally decided he needed evidence. That distinction matters. He is not on scene demanding dramatic punishment. He is answering questions, describing what happened, offering the video, and later asking about a restraining order. That is usually what long-term erosion looks like, not some giant speech. Just someone who sounds tired enough to start documenting what used to stay private. And when someone reaches that point, it usually means the relationship has been crossing the same line for a while. There is also a quiet irony in how much patience the officer shows compared to how she speaks to everyone around her. He helps secure her belongings, worries about her falling, offers to let her parents talk to her through the window, explains booking, release conditions, phone calls, court timing, even practical questions about the detention center. He is doing the slow, unglamorous administrative part of policing while she is still acting like the main offense is that people are inconveniencing her. That contrast matters because it strips away the easy fantasy that this is just a power trip. What you actually see is a fairly patient officer processing a scene that has already crossed the line into mandatory action. None of this makes the situation emotionally simple. Addiction, alcohol misuse, medication interactions, mental health instability, and intimate partner violence can sit on top of each other in really destructive ways. But one thing the footage makes painfully clear is that those layers do not cancel out the battery. They just explain how the battery got there. And a lot of people desperately want those two things to blur together, because explanation feels gentler than accountability. But the system is not built to let domestic violence disappear just because the suspect has people who can describe her softer side. By the end, this was not really about who won the argument in the driveway. It was about a woman whose life already had warning labels all over it. The intoxilock, the drinking, the relationship breakdown, the family explaining the same cycle. Who went, and who still managed to add one more. Nothing about the final outcome feels sudden. It feels like a bad pattern finally ran into evidence strong enough that nobody could smooth it over this time.